Have you ever caught yourself daydreaming about who you wish you were? Maybe someone more courageous, more free, maybe simply just more alive? Yeah, me too. I started thinking about this topic when I was rewatching a movie called The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. I remember when I saw that movie first, and it meant quite a lot to me in the moment when I saw it first. Both for the content, but also because part of it is filmed in Iceland, which is where I'm from. Now that I rewatched it, what struck me was sort of the dichotomy between who the main character, Walter, wants to be versus who he is in real life. The movie's basic premise is about Walter. He has a regular job, pretty mundane life, but he spends a lot of his time daydreaming. Daydreaming about being the hero, being strong, brave, courageous. But in real life, he's sort of more meek. He doesn't really speak up. And the movie sort of unfolds as he is forced on a journey outside of his comfort zone in search of a missing photo negative. And on his journey, he moves sort of from this meek, understated, passive passenger in his own life to the active adventurer that he always imagined himself to be. So what I love about the story is that it's not really about becoming something new. It's about having the courage to step into who you've always been. At his core, Walter was always an adventurer. He was just always afraid to take that step until he was forced to. And I think most of us have that tension, at least at some point in our lives, between the person we are right now, that we are today in the real world, versus who we wish we would be. And this can encompass every aspect of life, romantic, career, dreams, aspirations, anything like that, even our own self-image. There's usually at least one area that we, just as people, are struggling with or have struggled with. And the thing is, when we think about who we wish we would be, it's often in these nebulous terms. One day I will be this person. One day I will be the person that exercises 5 days a week. One day I will be the person that goes on a cruise around the world. One day I will quit my career and focus on gardening, whatever the case may be for you. But the truth is that this someday always gets pushed further and further away. And before you know it, years of our lives are gone. Time is something that we never get back. It's the one currency that all of us have, and we get to choose what to do with our time. And ultimately, the hard truth is that the person that you wish you would be, the braver, more courageous, more adventurous, whatever, insert word, is already in you. The only thing that's really stopping you is you. And yes, I realize there are other real life parts that we don't have control over in some cases. For example, financial, if your dream is to go around the world, but you don't have the money to, well, money would be a part that is stopping you, of course. But beyond that, the person that you really want to be, the person that you're aspiring to be, is already there. I would caution at least some of you to really take a hard look if you're one of the people that makes excuses. I do this a lot. I can't do this because of this. And that may be true. But the truth is, if that barrier was removed, would you really go? If you all of a sudden had the money for a round the world cruise and that was your highest dream, would you really go, or would you find another excuse not to go? Ultimately, when it comes to bridging the gap between who you wish you were and who you are today, the first step is simply choosing to be an active instead of a passive participant in your life. Step out of your comfort zone, even just a little bit. Say yes to a date, say yes to a new restaurant, book that trip that you've been thinking about, apply to your dream job, speak up when you usually stay silent, share your ideas with your friends or family, write that book. Whatever your dream is, take a step today towards it, however small. And if you're unsure of what that might be, if it's been so long since you've gotten in touch with who you really are on the inside, start by noticing things around you. What lights you up? What makes your soul sing? What makes your heart soar? What, when you do it or see it, makes you feel so deeply that you can't help but well up with emotion, whatever that emotion is. When something touches you in that way, there is something more there. Make a list. Do this for a few weeks and make a list of things that make you feel. If you don't have anything after a month that makes you feel something, you may not be stepping outside of your comfort zone enough. Try something new. Go somewhere new. Meet someone new. Until you have a list, or maybe that one thing that makes you feel something deeply, it's hard to move to the next phase if you're still searching. For some of you, you may already know what your dream is. Maybe it's been in the back of your mind for most of your life, if not all of it. As far as you can remember, at least. You know what you need to do in that case. Surround yourself with things that reflect the life that you want to live, not the life that you're currently stuck in. We are some of the people that we spend the most time with. That includes our romantic partners and family members. If those people are not willing to uplift you, or at least step out of your way as you are finding your own dream and bridging the gap between who you are and who you want to be, surround yourself with other people that want to see you succeed. If the 5 people around you that are around you the most are all negative and bringing you down, you can't soar when someone is pulling you down. Surround yourself with people that lift you up, that say, yes, go for it. Easier said than done in some cases, but it's very, very important. You know, for Walter, he didn't transform overnight. It took basically sort of an accident of fate for him to actually step out. And he was chasing this film negative. And when he finds it and sees what it is at the end, it sort of brings the moment full circle for him. He himself was the one that took that first step. It may have felt like he was pushed, but he could have stayed down. He could have stayed behind. He could have said, not my problem, but he didn't. He went after it. And that's what we're all trying to do. I want to bridge the gap between who I want to be and who I am today. And the only way I can do that is by figuring out who I want to be and how to get from where I am right now to who I want to be. And by actually doing the action and not just making a list of things that, I need to do because, well, I want to do that. And as Walter went on his journey, just with one step and then the next step, he became who he always imagined himself to be. So, who do you wish you could be? And what's one small step that you could make today towards that self? Because maybe the gap between who you wish you would be and who you are is smaller than you think. Leave it in the comments below. Let's have a discussion. I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.